Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Brave Plymouth pushed Chelsea Football Club to the absolute wire in the FA Cup game at Stamford Bridge today. A last-minute penalty save from Kepa saves the blushes and stops the game going to a penalty shootout. Over 39 attempts on goal from Chelsea in that game. The Brave League One side were absolutely majestic and created a number of opportunities themselves. West Ham also find themselves scraping through in the dying moments of extra time with a goal from Gerard Bowen. The Premier League clubs this weekend are being really given the runaround when it comes to these lower level teams. There is no doubt about that whatsoever. But this is a match reaction show on the Football Terrace. Smash that like and share button. Here we go. If you're on the lookout for a new pair of jeans, fancy a new shirt, just want to update your wardrobe, today you are in luck. The Football Terrace is again partnering with Boohoo Man, where we can give you an extra 10% off their entire clothing range on their website right now. All you need is promo code TFT10 and or the link in our description below. So when you're finished here, go check it out. Go get yourself some brand new clobber. A little bit of a discount from the Terrace. Big thank you to Boohoo Man. Now just smash this like button. Let's start the stream. Let's go. I have to say, it was an excellent game today to watch. It's the first place I have to start. Actually, the first thing I need to do is clean this lens, right? This looks really smudged. Is that better? It's gone a bit green. There you go. The color, there we go. That's a little bit better. It's a little bit smudged. Couldn't be doing that today. In my brand new Boohoo Man shirt as well. I like a bit of this. Probably suits my age demographic a little bit more than a bomber jacket yesterday. Remember, we've got an extra 10% on top of all their other discounts right now. Use promo code TFT in the link in our description below. But it was an excellent game. It really was an excellent game to watch today. Chelsea Football Club, they were the better team. They had the majority of the play. They had the majority of the possession. I think I just read 42 attempts on goal today from Chelsea. But the finishing boot's not there again. It's something we expected to see progress at Chelsea Football Club to become better over the course of this season. When all intents and purposes, it's actually going backwards. It's actually going backwards in many regards. Now, from my point of view, sort of watching this as a neutral, it was absolutely brilliant to see. It really was brilliant to see. 1 second. I'm just going to put the call-in link in here now. Sorry, I've seen a few people message me. I'm about to send it to a guy called Matt, and his account ain't up anymore. If you want to call in, the link's now in the comment section below. Yeah, and it was just one of those games for me where I was watching it and thinking to myself, what's going wrong? What are the issues here? What are the problems? And it was Chelsea's finishing boots. And Plymouth at times played very good football. They should be very, very proud of how they applied themselves in this match. There is no doubt about it. But it will be frustrating and it will be difficult for Chelsea fans to take another performance like this. We're going into the business end of the season. They've got a League Cup final where if you perform like that and your shooting boots are like that, you're going to get beat by a Liverpool team. There's no doubt about it. Some of the defending at times today was poor. Sarr, very, very fortunate at the end of the match to not see Chelsea concede with that penalty. Kepa stepping up again from the spot and providing his worth. And I'm not suggesting he's paid back the 80-odd million pound transfer fee, but it could have been a penalty shootout is anybody's game. Lukaku today, a lot left to be desired about Lukaku. Again, another abstract, lackluster, poor performance from him. Werner on from the bench, poor from him. Kai Havertz, yes, he helped set the goal up. One good move. But he was offside more times than I care to remember. Had opportunities himself and didn't really deliver. The attacking elements of Chelsea Football Club are just getting worse. And it appears the longer this goes on, they're not getting better. The confidence is being drained from these individuals. And it's making it harder and harder and harder for them to almost create. It's almost like they need a few new bodies in there just to kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Just to sort of ease the pressure. People that maybe don't have the baggage of this underperformance sort of underneath them, really. But look, Chelsea, It's a hard one. Chelsea were the better team today. Chelsea had the majority of the chances. Chelsea deserved to go through. But today was why I absolutely love the FA Cup. What we saw last night, it was horrible seeing my team go out, but what Middlesbrough did was amazing. What we saw today, though, with Kidderminster and Plymouth taking Chelsea and West Ham to the absolute edge is why this is the most beautiful competition in the world. I don't believe this happens with these games are as competitive outside of the UK. It's why the FA Cup is the oldest and the most beautiful, most respected cup competition in the world. It has global audience compared to other European leagues, like their national tournaments, is astronomically different. And we saw that today, and Plymouth should be very, very proud. Hopefully they can take some out of this game and use that in their promotion push to try and get back to the Championship for the first time in many, 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 many years. But I know Chelsea fans are going to want to pick the bones out of this game. I know Chelsea fans are going to want to react to this game. I know Chelsea fans are going to have concerns. And there's two players that stand out as having where there should be major concerns for Chelsea fans. There are two individuals that need focus today again. Lukaku is one of them, £100 million striker, and he looked very, very, very poor indeed. And on top of that, so I've got to move these earphones because they're playing havoc with my new hair. That's the first one. And the second one that they're going to have to look at, and the second one that they're going to have to concentrate on, is Callum Hudson-Odoi. Yes, he hit the post. Yes, he's lively. Yes, he dribbles well. But again, another game where there's no real output to his game. There's no real creativity to his game. He isn't doing what should be expected of a player of his quality, in my opinion. And it isn't just those two over the course of the season. Kai Havertz coming on Werner. They both came on and for me were very, very, very ineffective for large parts of the game. Two defenders, again, scoring the equalizers and winning goals for Chelsea Football Club. This is something that they will need to focus on. The summer is going to be massively important because Chelsea are only really successful when they're challenging for Premier League titles and or Champions Leagues, because that's the bar that has been set. Simple and as straightforward as that. I'm seeing quite a few people in the comments saying like West Ham and Chelsea didn't deserve anything today. And I understand that train of thought. When teams 30, 40, 50, 60, I think Kidderminster to West Ham is about 115 places or something. I understand people sort of view that there's such a difference between the two sides. You don't deserve much. You shouldn't be celebrating this. The football doesn't quite work that way. Man United were awful in extra time in the last 15 minutes of the game. If we'd have won yesterday, I would have still been happy that we'd have won the game. Especially in Chelsea's case, they were the most dominant force. But that's just the nature of the beast. That's the nature of FA Cup. But when it comes to Lukaku, especially Callum Hudson-Odoi, Werner, Kai Havertz, a big conversation needs to happen with Chelsea fans, and we're going to do that on the Football Terrace today. I want to get their view. I want to get their take. I want to know what they think and feel in relation to these individuals, how they're playing, how they're performing. We've got Matt to come on. We've got Matty. We've got Winter Surfer. We've got Alex. We've got David to come amongst a few others. We're going to go to your calls very, very soon indeed. We have some super chats here. First one from Daniel says, Plymouth played brilliantly. They deserve credit. That's all I have to say. Lukaku is not that guy. You're right. And Lukaku's lack of desire would be the biggest issue I've got. The man ain't busting his gut to get to these balls. We saw it from Werner. He got played in by Lukaku. Well, he stopped running. He didn't want to make the challenge. Abysmal. Strip Bear here says, ain't it fun to see another round boss? Yeah, thank you very much for that one. Cheers, Strip Bear. Mama Flossie here says that West Ham have nothing to be proud of today. Tim's is crap and show isn't even League One level, is what KC believes is the case here. Terry, stop trying to force this agenda. We literally battered Spurs in our last league game. We've only lost 3 league games. Be accurate with what you say. So what I'll say this is, DJ, I'm not judging Chelsea against the other 20 Premier League teams. I'm judging Chelsea at the elite end of the spectrum. I'm judging Chelsea's behaviours, Chelsea's performances, Chelsea's output against the teams that they compete against, the Man Cities and the Liverpools, and the teams at the higher echelon of the pyramid. Losing only 3 Premier League games halfway through, if you kind of marry that through to the end of the season, you end up losing 6 or 7, and you end up 15, 16, 17 points, plus all your draws behind the league leaders. That's a bad season for anyone. If Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, or Man United finish any more than 9 points behind the team that wins the title, it's a bad league campaign. And That's the standards that our clubs have set. In the last 20 years, no team in England has won more trophies than Chelsea. That's the standard that Chelsea have set. It's not a false agenda. It's holding the biggest, the best, the most prestigious, the richest clubs in the land to the highest possible standards. And I don't think for a single second, my friend, that is unfair. I do the same thing to my club and all the other big boys. It's as simple and as straightforward as that for me. Can't say it any fairer. David's joining me on the line now. We're going to add the other callers in with us throughout the course of this show, so stay with us. Make sure like buttons are being smashed. As we've already said, we're sponsored today again by Boohoo Man, where you can get up to about 50% off all their clothes right now with our extra discount code of TFT10. So go check it out after the stream. I'm pretty sure everyone's always on the lookout for new clothes. So go check it out. Aaron here says Lukaku fanboys are getting quieter and quieter. The excuses that he doesn't have service isn't holding weight for me anymore, is what Aaron's got to say. And I think a lot of Chelsea fans are going to agree with you. But David's here with me now. What you saying, buddy?
I mean, Aaron's literally just said exactly what I was going to say. I want to hear the excuses today, because today we played to Lukaku's strengths. We played for at the back and we created chances, but he just wasn't there and he just didn't do anything. I think the only, again, Ziyech was really good, even though he didn't get a goal or assist, but he ran the game from the wing, which was really good to see. I think, again, Hudson-Odoi is a bit of a weird one because I thought he actually played quite well. He just, again, there was just no output. So it's annoying. It's annoying to watch because we should have beaten them 7-1, 8-1. You can't have 40 chances in a game and score 2. That's just embarrassing, especially, £100 million striker up front. It's just poor. I said Malang Sarr. Literally, I said in the group chat, Malang Sarr doesn't fill me with confidence. And then 5 minutes later, he gave away a pen. It was just it was a massive mess the whole game, to be honest. But at least Kepa, that's the one bonus. Kepa's really good at penalties. So yeah, we'll take that. So we win.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Sarr, this is the thing with Sarr. I mean, I remember a few weeks ago when you guys were looking at your defenders leaving, and there was this kind of notion of it's okay if we lose Rudy and Aspi because and whoever else, Christensen, because you've got Sarr and Chalobah coming through. And for me, though, I've just not seen enough of those two to say they're ready yet to be composed to play 40, 50 games a season to carry. This is the point with Chelsea. Your standards are not to qualify for the Champions League. It isn't to progress into the semi-finals or a final of the League Cup. It's to try and win Premier Leagues and win Champions League. That's the standard you've set. And some of your players just are not, they haven't improved this season in the way in which most of us expected. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, they're just stagnating or getting worse, which is really annoying. If I could, I would get rid of Lukaku and Werner, but again, Werner's a weird one because with Werner, it's he's like a situation player where it's if you need someone just to run in behind loads of time in the game and push the defense back, Werner has a use which can be he looks bad, but it can be useful. Lukaku for me right now, he's just doing nothing. He's doing nothing. Literally today, play exactly to his strengths. It was balls into the channels where he could bully defenders. It was crosses into the back post where all he had to do was win one header against a defender. That guy who they were talking about, who's from Stourbridge or something, who'd been playing leagues Step 7 football for the past 4 years. Yeah. And he couldn't do it. He was struggling all game. He was struggling. I don't think he got a shot on target. If it did, it might have been looping header where there was no chance of it going in. It's just so embarrassing that £100 million striker can't score against Plymouth. And it's not that he can't score against Plymouth. He's playing badly against Plymouth. He's playing badly against Liverpool. He's playing badly against this team, playing badly against that team, over and over and over again. At least 1 in 5 games, Pulisic will play away, or 1 in 5 games, Hudson-Odoi will play well. It's not happening 1 in 5. It's the last good game he had was before his injury. And then obviously interview happened and blah, 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 and it's just really annoying.
Mate, listen, I totally get you, mate, and I totally understand that the frustration that you're facing with him, and I know that because he was a player for me, and I'm seeing the same Lukaku that I saw at Manchester United, and I think what's really interesting is a lot of Man United fans who became really big supporters of Lukaku over the course of the last 12 months, mainly as a tool to beat an ex-Man United manager over the head with. They're not laughing anymore. They're not talking anymore because you're seeing what he's about. He is a good finisher, but the pace of English football, the physicality of English football, and the work rate that you have to put in to be able to earn your chances, he just doesn't want to do anymore. And he hasn't got the excuse of a certain other world-class striker or ex-world-class striker, some people are calling him, at Man United, who's 37 years old today. Lukaku's young still. Like, he doesn't have, like, if he was 37 and he came back for a swan song, you could kind of understand him maybe being a little bit ponderous. But this man's in the peak of his powers. Can you imagine a Lewandowski, a Ronaldo, a Suarez in their late 20s putting in performances like that?
No, it's not like it wouldn't happen. He, like, even when you see, again, I know it's funny because it's like, oh yeah, he's got Timberland boots. Legit, when he takes a touch and he has to go round someone, the touch just trampolines off like somewhere completely different. I don't know what he's like. There was one point he did a header and he like tried flicking it back across goal, and the commentators just went, "What are you doing? You're the striker. Put it on goal." It was like 3 yards away. Like, what is he doing half the time? No one knows.
There's a comment here from one of our members that says, enough of this hyperbole. Lukaku perfectly set up chances for Mount and Ziyech and could have easily have had 2 assists. Kaya and Timo were horrendous prior to their contributions to Alonso's goal.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mount and Ziyech set him up for numerous chances today, and he didn't finish. Well, last season, when people were saying, well, at least Werner gets assists, everyone was like, but that's not his job. His job is to score goals. And then everyone said that Lukaku's the missing piece. So you can't go in with this, oh yeah, he could have got 2 assists today. You can't do that. His job is to score goals. And right now, he's not scoring goals. Quite simple.
Mate, I hear you on that. I really, really do. We're going to bring some more callers in now to have their say. We're going to bring Matty onto the show. We've got Beast to get on. We've got another Matt. We've got Winter Surfer. Loads of people to bring in. Viewers, make sure you're hitting the like and the share buttons. Let's do this. Matty's here with us now. What you saying, mate?
How you doing? You all right? It's
too bad.
Absolutely disastrous from us. And to be honest, Terry, you saw my tweet too, yeah? Honestly, mate, it's disastrous. It's embarrassing. We've bought a player that's £100 million. He doesn't even want to play for us, mate. I mean, it's ridiculous. And especially when we're getting the flipping our own PR doing things like this is absolutely ridiculous. What, we're going to try and settle him in just to say, oh, we're missing Inter Milan? It's bollocks. We need to get him out of the club. He did, as David quite rightly pointed out, if Werner's, Werner's assistant and stuff, that's not, it shouldn't be his job. It should be scoring. You can't really say the same thing about Lukaku. Lukaku was bought as a striker because we were missing out. Personally, at the moment, we should have, in my opinion, we should get rid of Lukaku altogether and bring in somebody like, I would have Diego Costa back. Costa's on a free at the moment. He's been let go. And at least Costa, we know what he's on about. We know what sort of a player he is. He can score, and at least he'll come back and do better. And he will also bring some competition in for Lukaku. I would easily, if we got told tomorrow that we accepted a bid for Romelu Lukaku, I'll drive him there myself. It's absolutely ridiculous. We should not be having this lackluster, useless attacker that's not doing anything. And he hasn't really assisted. It was like a donkey. I've seen more life in a bottle of hospital piss than I did with Romelu Lukaku today. It was ridiculous. It was appalling. That's my rant about Romelu Lukaku. I think Kepa played well. I think Aspie in the defence. I think Sarr wasn't great because I think he conceded the penalty. I think Cho did well, to be honest, as much as what some of the comments are saying. I think Ziyech had a quiet game, but apart from that, I think we played all right, really, apart from going down a goal, and that was partly because of Lukaku's defending. And Kepa saved our asses in the end. So that's what I got to say, really, about that.
I hear you on that. What's your thoughts, Winter Surfer? Do you echo that? You've always been someone who's been sort of fairly supportive of Lukaku. Is it getting worrying now, or are there other issues at play here? Do you think he actually played quite well?
I think Chelsea fans arguing about which attacker is best is like that Spider-Man meme. Really, it's just they're all basic. They all lack leadership. They all lack taking ownership. They all lack that difference maker. They all lack that. Now they don't have an Eden Hazard to hide them. They all hid under Eden Hazard for years because he could bail them out with an equaliser or a winner or a great piece of skill. Werner, I wouldn't trust him to spell the word pass, let alone actually do a pass. He is awful. Lukaku today, awful, absolutely awful. That pass that Ziyech and Mount set up that chance for him when he slid in too slow because he moved too slow, summed him up. That was atrocious. It's not the lack of movement; it's the timing of the movement. He hasn't got the timing of the movement. He either moves in the wrong position or he moves too slow. Today we were awful. That right hand side of Mount and Ziyech was the best of today on the right hand side. Cho, I thought he did okay. First half, I thought he was appalling. First half, I don't know why we play him on the left. He has no left foot. He doesn't do anything with his left foot. Play him on the right. I'm sick of this. Always best position on the left. He hardly does. He has to always turn back. He's so predictable to play against. The Plymouth guys were pushing him off the ball, everything like that. Lukaku couldn't win anything at all. And it's fine setting him up. But David's right. You can't support Lukaku and, he should have had all his assists. It's why we don't rate Werner that highly. He wasn't bought here for assists. I don't care about Lukaku's assists like I don't care about Werner's assists. You're bought here to score goals. And Kai Havertz, I mean, obviously, he's another one who needs to learn his run, how to time his runs properly, the offside stuff. And that chance where Kepa put him through, how long did he want to take to control that ball and drop before the Plymouth defender came in and took the ball off him? He's another one. I'm sorry, Terry. I'm done with all these attacks. They're all the same. They're all basic and rubbish, and they all need to go. I'm sorry. I know it's it's not logical for us to say, we can sell them all at the right time. But gradually, they all need to go. They're just not standard. Mate, I'm not for bringing Diego Costa in.
Look, I think there's obviously with that.
Bring Giroud back. I'll bring Giroud back.
I think the Costa comment is obviously a little bit of sarcasm, but I look at it this way, and Hudson-Odoi is a really good example. We're going to bring more callers in a minute. The Hudson-Odoi thing is a great example because this is what I've been talking about on football channels now for 9 years. Ability only takes you so far. You have to start to deliver. It's okay looking lively. It's okay having the techers. I think I tweeted the Grand Dan during the game. Just techers are for the playground. If there's no delivery at the end of it, if there's no end product at the end for it, technique, skills, dribbles, drag backs, step overs. I don't even know the names of these things anymore because I grew up 20 years ago. They're irrelevant. They're absolutely pointless. And Hudson-Odoi has created 2 goals in his last 11 football matches at Chelsea. And it isn't just him. Lukaku, as you say, Werner, Havertz, none of these players are anywhere near the standard that their ability suggests that they can be. And there's a comment one sec, mate. Sorry. The comment here that says, Terry, why can't you focus on average Ronaldo and Rashford? Because this is the Chelsea stream, my brother. Last night we focused on those 2. There's been times this season where I've slammed both those players. We're talking Chelsea, and I will speak candidly and openly about what I see on a football pitch. And as much as I see Chelsea fans focus more on who's coming in defence and who's coming into their team in midfield than the actual biggest problem at your club, which is the attackers, because it isn't Tuchel's system. Because Tuchel's system invariably creates the openings and the opportunities and the moments to score. It's people not finishing their dinner. And that's individual player concerns and issues for me, and that's where the big address needs to come.
Can I just say?
Oh yeah, you go, Matt. You go.
Sorry, mate. Can I just say, for Plymouth, the League One team, they really schooled us today. I'm not going to lie. We just about managed to win that game, but they came up and played. To be fair to them, and they scared us for the first 45 minutes. And to be fair, they tried to get a second goal in the second half. There's no, as much as we can say Chelsea were terrible, we deserve to at least have won. We should have won that game. But Plymouth, to be fair to them, played really, really well, to be honest.
No, they definitely did. Alex is here. We've still got Matt from Australia, CFC Beast, to come on as well. But Alex is here now. What are you saying, mate?
What's going on, guys? Where should I start? I'm gonna agree with some people and disagree with some people. We do need to talk about Man United. I'm just kidding. My question, everybody knows how much I hate Jennifer. And everybody was like, "Oh, everybody like it's on Jennifer." For fuck's sake, that today Jennifer was actually good. Today he progressed it to J5. He's no more Jennifer. Today he was J5. He was a proper DM. He was passing quickly. He's done everything for the for the forward position to play well. Cho, I didn't like the kid before he got injured. He runs like fucking weird. He just runs weird.
Runs like a duck. Yeah, runs like a duck.
Like he literally, like people saying, Timo Werner is horrible. Look, did you see any changes when they substituted each other? Did you see any changes? It's like we didn't even have anybody on the left in the first place. It's like a substitution. What kind of substitution is that? The problem is like it is sometimes on the midfield to help the forwards, but not in this game. If we're criticizing this game specifically, fuck Lukaku. Just fuck him. Just fuck him all the way. We made the kit for him. We made the kit to look like Inter for him to feel like home. Yeah, that's the kit. That's the kit that we made for the fraud. So he will feel like home, and then he didn't. The biggest thing that pisses me off about him today, it's not that his first touch was actual almost assist for Kovacic hit the bar. If you think that Kovacic, when he hit the bar, that was the layup from Lukaku, you mad because that was his first fucking touch. That's how mad I was. I was pulling my hair off. I was gonna ask you for the phone number for the guy because I'm gonna pull my hair off watching Lukaku play today. It was that bad of the performance, but the mentality is what's worrying. Okay, you can have a bad spell of how you say it, like bad spell of games, but this is mental. He did not want to be on that field today. It looked like he didn't want to be on that field today. Ziyech was brilliant.
Want to play for the club.
Whoever said that Sarr had a poor game, you can fuck off. The kid was good. Leave him alone. He gave up a penalty, fine, but otherwise you can just let it go. The kid did brilliant today. The mistake is on him. He's learning. The other defense. The goal that we conceded is on Lukaku. It's on Lukaku that the goal we conceded in the first place.
Yeah.
Like how you can how tall he is. How tall is Lukaku?
It's not
6'5".
He's a monster, isn't he? He's built like a monster, but he's a featherweight when it comes to jumping with.
I mean, he can go to UFC and he can be a heavyweight. He can challenge the guy. What's his name? Francis Ngannou for the heavyweight title. He looks like it.
He looks like it, but that's the thing. Lukaku is. You're right, Wintersurfer. Lukaku is, and I saw it. I said it for years at United. He's a shrinking violet. He doesn't like a battle. He doesn't want to get stuck in. He simply doesn't. There's no doubt. Listen, CFC Matty, I appreciate you being on. We're going to rotate the panel a little bit, my friend. Thank you very much for coming on. I'll say thank you. CFC Beast to come in a minute, but Matty from Down Under is here. What are you saying, mate?
I'm just going to come in there for a couple of minutes and then I'm going to finna dip and go to sleep. But man, everyone knows what I'm about to say. It's Kepa. Oh my God. I mean, I've been saying this for months, but today he's finally woken up to the other Chelsea fans and he was unbelievable today, from start to finish. And that save obviously saved him, saved the team, and that's what I've been saying. I mean, he can definitely compete with Mendy for first spot keeper. He's just absolutely outstanding. And I just absolutely love this man. He's got a lucky woman. I'm just trying to piss Andrew off as much as I can. But man, all seriousness.
Fishing, bro. I'm used to fishing. I ain't
all seriousness, Kepa can really compete with Mendy for the first spot. But I'm just really proud of him, how much he put in today.
Stop. What did you just fucking say? Compete with Mendy?
You got him to buy.
He was joking.
No. I'm not Terry.
He's not joking. That's the reason why I stopped. I know, Matt, he's not joking.
He can 100% compete with Mendy for a first spot.
Do you think Mendy will demand that first goal? Do you think Mendy will make attempt to clear that ball that went into the box?
For which one? The goal that he
conceded? The conceded, yeah.
Would Mendy save that penalty? No.
Well, yeah, okay,
1-1.
kind of got me on that, but fuck off.
Let's keep the language down a little bit on that, Matt.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
a lot of people are talking about your striker and attacking issues. Is that where you see the real problems lying at Chelsea Football Club?
Oh man, I can't really bother talking about that, but no, it is. It's a problem. Is that attacking line? Like that's obviously the focus right now. Is their attacking line and how bad it is. It's horrible. Like as I think Andrew summed it up perfectly before. Like it's that Spider-Man meme. Like they're all just basic and horrible. Like you just the one's not better than the other. And where do we go from here? Do we just remove everyone and start again, or what? But
Start playing
it's-
defenders up front. That's what we should be doing. They're the ones who score.
the other ones
Like,
are scoring, and it's embarrassing.
Alonso is a better left winger than Cho. He don't look as good. He ain't technically as gifted, but I swear he scores and assists more.
Yeah, I mean, I hate Alonso, but you're right there. I think anyone's better than Cho at the moment. I mean, Cho had a horrible game. I don't know anyone who said he had a good game. It was embarrassing today. He couldn't make a single dribble. But I think the only attacker today that was good was no one. Again, like I can't name one good attacker today. They're all embarrassing, and it's just disgraceful to see them playing like this. But I think
Did
the main
you not think
focus is
Ziyech had a
Kepa.
good game?
Oh no, I think Ziyech had a good game, but I don't think it was above average. I think it was just an average
I
performance
think that was
from him.
probably one of his best games he's played in a while. I think it was really good.
I mean, I love him or not. I love Ziyech. I think Ziyech's a fantastic player, but I think today he was okay. Wasn't outstanding, but you're right. He was.
I
good,
thought he was
but
much better the second half. I thought he was much better the second half than the first. The first, I think he changed. I think he realised there's no point in me spamming in these crosses because nothing's going to happen. And then he changed in the second half, became more linking up with Mount and tried to link up with Lukaku. But I thought David's right. I thought he was one. That right hand side of Mount and Ziyech were the best.
Yeah, I was going to say that
They
was
were
by
the
far
best
the best
attackers,
side
by
on the
far.
pitch. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't close.
You saw.
I think he was very technical with it. Yeah, he was. He was giving those great balls, but again, it was to no one. So I think that's why he wasn't, as outstanding and as eye-opening to us.
But for me, what I saw with that, it's just the balls were coming in, but people weren't making the right runs. Like we were talking about this yesterday on the watch along on the terrace, that we were looking at Cavani at Man United. His movement creates opportunities because he's always looking to be in the right place. Too many of your attackers are static.
Yeah.
Absolutely static, and that one of the prime examples. This wasn't even being overtly static. This was not. There was the chance where Lukaku should have moved earlier,
Yep.
should have anticipated and had that desire. And then you had Werner that was put through. He's got blistering pace, and he didn't want the tackle. He saw the man coming in for the tackle, and he thought, "That's a League One player who's got muscle. He's going to send me up in the air. I don't fancy it." And I think when you're a Chelsea player and you earn what you earn, every challenge you put your body on the line. That's kind of what you're paid to do at elite level physical contact sports. You take that risk. And do you know what? 99 times out of 100, nothing bad even happens to you anyway. Otherwise, you'd have about 20 injuries a game. Matty, I appreciate you coming on, having your say. Top man. I know you got to shoot off to sleep and everything, mate.
Yeah, take care, guys. Kepa's number one.
CFC Beast is here. What you saying, brother?
Obviously big up to everyone. Yeah, but I disagree. I disagree completely with what's been said. I think Ziyech today was very, very, very good. Like I feel like today, for me personally, I feel like he was our best player. As I was watching, he felt like our most dangerous. He seemed to be creating a lot of chances. Let me not speak on Rick Ross up top. But I just feel like today, no, I'm a Callum stan, but today it wasn't his game. He just kept on trying to run at that fullback, but every time just kept on win. The fullback was just winning the battle physically. Just didn't seem to be up to the pace, and it seems like this speed thing is really going to be a problem for him because every time he seems like he wants to run at a player, they just seem to be faster, and I genuinely don't know. In terms of, I feel like Jorginho has a very good game today. I feel like he kept the ball well. He helped us to keep the ball in terms of keeping possession, breaking lines. I feel like Mason Mount was very quiet today. I know a lot of Chelsea fans won't speak on it because he's our star boy or whatever people want to call him. But today he was very quiet. Like I didn't see him doing anything really. I don't think he created anything of the sort. And it's just how it is.
Assist. I'm sorry.
Did you
miss the assist by any chance? Like I don't know. I think the ghost was passing to Azpilicueta to score that.
Assisted too.
You assisted Azpilicueta, didn't you?
Who assisted Azpilicueta equalizer?
Mount.
Thank you.
Okay, but apart from that, what else did he do the whole game?
In fairness, Mason Mount today was the
Mason
highest
Mount link
created-
with Ziyech was unbelievable.
I think that was good, but he also created 8 chances today, 4 of them clear cut.
And he also- he
I
made that-
I
he
don't
made-
do
he
I don't do
made,
stats. People that know me from
he
Twitter, I
also
don't
made
do
the
stats.
goalkeeper
But
make
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
save
but
in the second
okay,
half.
but when you say you don't do stats, beast, like he actually creating. I'm not talking about he crossed the ball in from a corner and someone headed it 20 foot over the bar and that counts as a chance. 4 of the chances he's created today were what they consider to be clear goal scoring opportunities, big chances. Creating big chances, you must take seriously, right?
I don't take any, bro.
So hang on. So if okay, I want to understand you here. So if I twine a man up on the left hand side, beat the fullback, burst past the centre back, square the ball across the 6-yard box, and Lukaku scuffs it over the bar, you don't give me any credit for my creation there because it's a stat. Beast,
Did
you
that
there,
was
bro?
a signal?
Hello?
I
Sorry,
thought it was
my
our.
audio went out.
I thought the
Yeah, I
voice went out.
And I'm not even trying to catch anyone out. I'm just looking at it. Look, I thought Mason and Ziyech's link-up play, their performance as a collective, I thought was very, very good today. Statistically, he was creating chances. And of course, 2 or 3 of them are going to be from his corners where people got their heads to the ball. But there was 4 clear-cut chances created. I'd say Mount had like an average game where I think, I don't know, I can't buy into that myself. Like, I don't know. I CFCB seems to have gone there. I don't know. I just look at it from that point of view. I do get that some people don't like stats, but stats are also important. This is why stats are important. Callum Hudson-Odoi today looked really good, technically, beating man, dropping the shoulder, beating someone. But what did he do? The difference between him and Ziyech today, why Ziyech stood out as a good performance. Ziyech, not only did he link up well with Mason Mount, did he beat a lot of men, was he the best dribbler on the pitch by completing 7 dribbles, he also created the second most amount of chances in the game by creating 6 goal scoring opportunities, 2 of which were considered clear cut. That's why everyone recognized it as a top performance, because there was great dribbling, there was great control, he was creating chances, and he was always penetrating the back line. I never understand people that say the stats don't matter. Of course,
I like the
they matter.
stats, but the stats needs to be with eye test. It's like
They're together. They're always together. Always.
You have to consider. You have to get the stats in the mind when you talk about it. You can't ignore them. You just needs to be a little bit like, you cannot over exaggerate with the stuff with the stats and under. You have to balance between between stats and eye test. It has to be a balance, but you cannot ignore stats when they there.
Yeah.
We
And
hit the post 3 times.
Yeah.
The ball didn't show to the player to hit the post. It just somebody passed it to the player for him to miss it or to hit the post.
But I don't even
somebody
need
passed it.
Alex, I don't even need stats to know that Mount was influential today. He had the assist, he had that link up play with Ziyech, and in the second half he pulled a great save from the goalkeeper after Lukaku laid him out.
Do you know what stats do for me? Is a great comment here. This is Terry, that you don't rate the eye test, but my eye test is impeccable. And do you want to know why? I knew that Mason Mount and Ziyech were excellent today with the eye test because I saw them create the chances. I didn't need the stats; just tell me exactly how many. I saw them creating the openings and the chances throughout the game. Where I don't rate, this is where people confuse it. Where I don't rate the eye test is where somebody says, Joe Bloggs was amazing today. Did you see the skill, the drip, the tech, the movement, the shoulder, the swagger? And I'm like, but I didn't see him create a proper chance. And I'm not talking about he passed the ball 2 yards outside the box and someone had a shot from distance. I'm talking about actually creating a moment that gets your opponents panicking. And even then, today with Ziyech and Mount, they created what I call other chances, which don't show up as statistics, where they put the ball into the right positions, but people didn't make the run. So was it Ziyech that played the ball to Lukaku when Lukaku didn't anticipate it?
Yes. I was gonna ask for Cavani in that position.
So statistically, that doesn't count as a chance created from Ziyech. But in eye test terms, it does. So we knew the chance creation levels were going to be high because our eye test actually works. And our eye test is about actual football, not playground kickabout. You know, the kid that scores 20 goals in the playground at lunchtime because he's the best dribbler. That ain't our real. How many of them guys actually went on to be good footballers? Not many, because that ain't real football. It just is. So my eye test is impeccable. It's impeccable, my friend. Impeccable. I've got some super chats to do here. Sorry, gents.
Go ahead.
Terry, this performance is down to Scott's McCarron, head scout for Chelsea, and Marina for poor planning in terms of the personnel. Poor recruitment is what Adrian says there.
It's just not Marina though, is it? Because Marina's
when you come back with the super chat, can I
Yeah,
answer
I've got to address
this
that
guy?
as well.
please?
Marina's not on Y Scout like Terry is. Like Marina's just there, like organising the transfer deal. Like it's not Marina's fault. It's the scout. The
I forgot
scouts.
Marina was on the sideline, wasn't she? She picked the team
Yeah.
today. She picked the team and made the subs. Yeah,
The
that's
scouts
what
are really
happened
poor.
She's the one that actually made Werner miss the chances and
today. Yeah,
Lukaku.
exactly, yeah.
She's the
Yeah,
one.
that's right, yeah.
My thing is about how like people like I love to blame somebody. I always love to blame, but make sure the blame is going in the right directions. If you want us like blame the scouts, well, tell me please how Chelsea can look in the future buy players if we change the managers quicker than I'm changing
Your
let's say
underpants.
yeah.
Change them a lot.
You know what I'm
should
saying?
change them a lot.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like how we can buy players if we literally we went from Mourinho to Conte to what's that Italian
Sarri.
Sarri
Sorry.
to Sarri. It's like a 3 completely different managers. How do you supposed to buy a player for 5 years in advance, for 10 years in advance?
The whole
We
point
don't
is
have
that,
no freaking
no, but
system.
the whole point is that you've gone like 10 years in the past, but we've tried to change that because you can see how
It's
it
not
sort
10
of goes.
fucking years.
No,
Sarri wasn't
because-
10 years ago.
Because now it's different. Because Sarri's an attacking manager. Tuchel is, even though people don't like to say it, he is an attacking manager. And Lampard was sort of in
That's
that.
what
mode.
I'm
So you
saying.
can see like you can see where their thinking is going nowadays. Back in the day, back like when we first got the money, I completely agree.
Who was after Sarri?
Up
What
and down,
minute?
Up and down.
Lampard.
After Sarri was Lampard, and after Lampard was Tuchel.
Yeah.
We got Sarri there before, right? After Conte, but
Yeah.
we still have players since Conte. So, like, we have Alonso. He was got when Conte was there.
Yeah.
You can't.
I hear all your points there, Joseph.
I think.
Sorry, wrong one I went to here. Comment here says trying to set up goals for Lukaku is like trying to nail dog shit to the ceiling. What's been said there. Lukaku is now nothing more than an overpriced, overhyped player, typical of the majority of Chelsea's signings, is what Jason's got to say. Shout out to Plymouth and their new player Lukaku. He was defending for his life for them today, is what C's got to say. I don't know why we are crying about Lukaku. Our club just seems to ruin them when they come in. Besides 1 year of Diego, haven't had a guy since Drogba. Sucks that we're out of form, but it's February. Chill the F out. Let's be real. Sorry, go on, mate. Go on. Respond to that. Go on.
I agree with you on signings, but I can blame Board. Why did we get rid of Tommy? Do you think Tommy was do worse than Lukaku did today? That's when you're supposed to blame Board or Marina or whoever you want. That's when the blames has to be direct. Exactly. What's his name? Tammy Abraham. He would have done better today. I'm pretty sure he would have done at least something today more than Lukaku. That's my point.
I don't want this revisionist history on Tammy Abraham. He's crap.
Okay? I know he's crap, but at least he's
no.
like he wants to be there. He's crap that wants to be there.
Yeah, I know he wanted to be there, but his movement in the box was just as equally as crap when he wanted to be there. So I'm not having that.
I hear you on that. Aiden here says, how can you not judge an attacking player on stats? Look, when you're an attacker, certain stats are very important. Like how many goals you create and score. Like without them, like they have to matter. And if they don't matter to you, like if you're someone that completely discounts them, I think you're capping. I don't believe anybody does. There is no great attacker that's played for any top side ever that didn't have very good to brilliant statistics to back them up. Otherwise, we wouldn't rate them as highly. But some modern day football fans seem to just prefer technique. And maybe it's some of them. I'm not speaking about Beast, by the way, because I don't know him personally. Maybe some of these guys had great technique when they were coming up through the ranks at an academy somewhere, but just got told they didn't have enough output. And it's like they're in their 30s and 40s now, and it's stuck with them this whole time. And they're angry that less technical players who had better outputs got picked to stay on and maybe become professional footballers. Maybe that's what we're looking at here. I can see a Chelsea or Liverpool Cup treble in May. That's an interesting take there from Micah. Aiden, excuse me, also says 100 million for that. Trash big for nothing. Tim's is a donkey, is what Aiden says. Adrian says, Terry, I think we need to look. Okay, sorry, I've already had that one there. Sorry. And we have this here that says, let's be real. Kante is the only player getting into Liverpool or City's team. The rest are bang average.
Well, that's not true. That's not true. Reece James would get in. Rudiger would get in. Kante would get in. Kovacic would get in. You could argue Mendy.
Lukaku will get in.
That's like a nothing argument, really.
Chilwell would be Man City's.
No, I think Timo Werner
Chilwell
will
will
actually
manage.
suit. Timo Werner will suit them. I think Timo Werner will suit them with their pace because
Yeah, but we can't make that assumption.
Yeah,
no, 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 no,
Alex,
no, no,
his
no.
touch and his thing is
no,
another
I
thing, so-
well, he is the reason why Klopp wanted him in the first place. We just got him quicker. Klopp wanted him. Everybody knows Klopp wanted him because for that specific. Do you see how Salah poorly plays in AFCON? Like at the games, like he's not non-existent.
I mean, they
But
are
in
in
the-
the final.
But in the right
I
system.
mean, they are in the final. So, and he has
So-
been crucial for them.
Oh,
So,
you proved me wrong. He won man of the match every time he played. You proved me fucking wrong. Because they won buried on the penalties 2 times, did they?
have you been watching loads of AFCON?
I watched him at the AFCON.
Okay.
I watched specifically him in the AFCON. And I don't think he's been great. Do you think he's been great?
I don't think he's been awful.
Okay.
Has he been as
We'll
good as
agree
he's
to
been at
disagree.
Liverpool? Has he been as good as he would be at Liverpool? No, because he's got a worse team and a worse manager. Simple.
That's my point about...
What
That's
are
my
you
point.
expecting?
Right system. If the Timo Werner is in the right system, he will be. Ziyech is in the wrong system. Played poorly. Now they changed it, and now he plays better. Is he? No, I'm asking you a question. Please answer. Ziyech was in the beginning. Was he poor when he in the wrong position?
He's still
Yes,
in the.
Liverpool.
They're still playing the same position.
No, he wasn't. He played.
There he is. When we
Okay.
were playing with a front three, he was still operating in the same areas.
I don't care what system you play Werner in.
Like-
He's crap. So I don't care. He's just. I don't care if you could play him in any system.
I'm not
think the
saying
best
he's
sys-
not.
the
I'm not
best
saying
system
he's
for
not
Werner
crap, but I
is
think he's better than
Bundesliga.
what people
That's
saying
the
he
best
is.
system for it. His best system is Bundesliga. Whatever system they play over there is Bundesliga. Some players just don't fit leagues. Some players
I
only
agree with
fit
that. I
one
agree with
league,
that.
and I think he is Bundesliga born and bred, and he should go back over there. I don't think.
There we go. Super chat here says Mason Mount poor. He could not get through the first centre back with his 20 crosses. Aspie stepped up and went ahead of one centre back and scored. Mount subbed and we scored. I mean,
He got the assist for Aspie. He got the assist. What are we talking about here? What is this message talking about? He got the. What do you mean? He got the assist for Aspie. What do you mean he was poor? That's what I'm saying. Some people's eye tests are not good enough. They need Specsavers, obviously, because I know what it is. Listen, us three aren't even big mount defenders on this panel. Do you know what I mean? We're not even big mount defenders. We're not like got the shades with Mount.
We're not Johnny.
He was good today. He laid on the assist. His link up with Ziyech on the right hand side was very good.
and I just want to
He
say
had a
as well,
chance in the second half.
I just
I
checked
don't
out
understand this.
all of the chances created today. Only one came from a corner. So only one of them came from a corner that landed on something. The rest were all crosses and cutbacks on the right-hand side with his link-up play. Maybe if there was a bit more movement up front, a little less static play, it might have helped. A question here says, ask that Russian fraud, if Messi played in Burnley, would he be as good? Egypt is worse than Burnley.
Yes, he will be. He will be still shit. Look at him at PSG. He's doing wonders at PSG. He's doing wonders. That's what I'm saying. Like he's the best player in the world right now. And I'm the fucking. Sorry,
Alex,
you asked
you
not
really
to cuss.
filtered yourself properly then.
there we go. Listen, everyone that has tuned in to this match reaction, thank you. We're live again after Tottenham versus Brighton later on today. And I am dropping an epic rant later. I recorded it this morning. I didn't want to release it this morning because I think, do you know what? Because we had to stay late in the studio and then do the after match. Time I got home, and then it took me ages. I got home at like 3 a.m. So I recorded the video when I got in, woke the kids up, and then I went to bed. So yeah, that's coming out later. We've got another super chat here that says Werner was a difference maker. played after 2 months, made the difference. Havertz and Mount have been playing for so long without Werner and creating nothing is what
he's
Nick
trolling. They're trolling now. I'm not
got
buying.
to say there. He's got to say there. Everyone that's tuned in, thank you. Check out the link in the description and in the live comment on boohooman.com. It's available in multiple countries around the world, so check out where you are. We can give you a further 10% discount on top of their already discounted products by using promo code TFT. Go and check it out. I've got some amazing stuff in there right now. Big shout out to them for sponsoring today. Everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Take care. Goodbye. God